Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we'll be going over the markets, looking at a few news stories, looking at Bitcoin price chart and best of all chatting to you guys in the morning, having a wee cup of coffee and chatting about crypto as well. Apologies for being off yesterday, I wasn't feeling well at all yesterday. It's just all the kind of drugs I was taking for an infection I've got in my mouth. Just hate taking tablets, but sometimes you have to take them. So I've not taken them for kind of like yesterday. Most of yesterday I didn't take them. It seems to be getting better as well. So getting the energy back. I've done an interview yesterday. I don't know if you've seen it. I've done an interview as well, which was a really good interview with Childish from Uptrend. So I had to bring the A game to that and bring the energy up to that. So hopefully it didn't come across too much that I was kind of not feeling well at all. So I've done that yesterday as well, which was good. And just kind of caught up with things yesterday as well, but I'm still feeling it this morning actually. So just see what happens. But I'm bringing the energy back to it. I'm just going to see if anybody's in instead of me talking. Yep, we've got a few people in just now. So just jump over to the chat area just now and dive over. Who have we got in the house? We have Stephen King is in the house. Welcome to you. Mac Pawn is with us today. Good to see you here. Gordy Boy is in. I know I seen your message yesterday as well, Gordy Boy, about kind of missing yesterday. You missed the last couple of days. So good to have you back, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Axel is in the house this morning. Is in the house as well this morning. Good to see you here. And I've just put a message out in a Telegram group. So we'll get a few more people in along the way. So we'll just dive into the markets just now, see what's going on in the marketplace. And then we'll look at a few news headlines. I've got new, I found, I don't know if I told you, the vanilla syrup that I've got for the coffee. I thought it was the sugar-free stuff. I don't really like sugar-free. I always like to buy the stuff with sugar in it, real sugar, and not the kind of diet crap that you get. So I thought it was the sugar-free stuff. I thought I'd try it, but it turns out that it's actually sugar. It's got sugar in it, loads of sugar in it. But it tastes bloody beautiful. Okay, we have market capitalization of 197 billion overall. Bitcoin dominance has gone up to 67%. Who's the winners and losers? We have Engine Coin. Engine Coin is still within reach. I'm going to show you, I'm saying within reach, within the 10 days that I called it. So I think I'm up 60% on the call for Engine Coin as well. I knew that was going to do well, and it's still doing well just now, and I still think it's going to be major player just now as well. So I think the price is still a good price at this price just now as well. FTX token is up 18%, DX chain is up, Matic network goes up again, which is doing amazingly well, and I think you're going to get the other ones following as well, and the likes of One as well coming up, ERD coming up just now as well, and a couple of others of the IEOs. Kyber network is doing extremely well, up 11%, so that's 5 in the top double digit greens. Mindall is down 19%, it's only one in double digit reds. And how many have we got in the red? Probably about 35% in the red, 65% in the green. iExec, RLC, I'm looking to get into that at some point again, because I still really think they're going to be $1 billion kind of company as well, or project. Not quite there yet, but it's looking really good as well. I've never got this set up. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this one now and just use the gainers and losers. And this is gainers and losers where volume is at least 50,000. So we have 999 is up 81%. Now is 999 a stable? It might be a stable, it can be a stable coin if it's up 81%. I thought I just looked at the price there and it was 99 cents. 6.5 million volume. Never heard of 999. Plating Coin is up 60%. Block Cloud is up 45%. Fortum Capital is up 42%. And what we're not seeing here is the actual market capitalization. I've written a post about why market capitalization doesn't matter at all when you're looking at kind of projects, but we still have to look at it. It just gives us some kind of idea, but it really doesn't matter at all when you're looking for the market cap, but most people do look at it, so we kind of have to look at it and pay attention as well, but it doesn't really really it indicates just the last price. That's what it indicates. It just indicates the last price of a token. And that's all market capitalization does, because your market capitalization is your circulating supply multiplied by the last price. That's really what you're doing when you're looking at market capitalization. But when you've got a more stable coin, and like Bitcoin as well, obviously the market capitalization is going to come into play as well because it's more stable. But with the smaller tokens, it just doesn't matter at all. And we can see Engine Coin is up there 30% on 29 million volume, which is pretty amazing. So that's the gainers and losers overall. Crypto bubbles, where are we with crypto bubbles? This is over the last 24 hours. We can see it's predominantly red. Got a few big ones there, FTT, Engine, Matic, KNC, DX up, and XVG is up as well. But predominantly kind of in the red here. And that's in BTC value. What's it like in USD? Changes to green, that's because Bitcoin has gone up slightly as well. That just shows you kind of correlation there. We'll look at on the hourly, see what's happening on the hour. USD, KNC is up, FTT, Steam is up as well, predominantly in the green over the last hour. What we like in BTC, changes to predominantly red. Well, yeah, I'd say mostly red. And Satoshi value. Fear and greed index, we're coming down to extreme fear again, 21. We've got, I think the lowest we've been yesterday was 24, today we've got 21, last week was 31, so we're coming down to that extreme fear. We'll look at the Bitcoin chart in a second, see where we are with that, but it did shoot up and kind of subsequently came back down again. Okay, we'll look at the tie. This is the sentiment. Bitcoin 50-50, we're in the middle. Same with Litecoin, same with the XRP, Binance Coin, kind of middling the road as well, same with Stellar. EOS down to 42, Ethereum down to 37. I thought EOS was going to jump. I thought it was ready to jump, but it's not quite ready yet, obviously with the Bitcoin being volatile. Tether, Bitcoin SV, don't care about. Bitcoin Cash, don't care about either. I'll just look at the coins. And this is stuck for some reason. Bugger, Brave has stuck. Right, so I'll go to the coins. See if it lets me see what ones are up and coming. And if you're watching just now, if you're just joining us, leave a comment in the comments area just to let me know that you're in and watching. And if you don't know what to say, just let me know what country you're from, that'd be cool. Funfair, daily sentiment is up 92. Got a relative trading volume is up 186%, which is good. They're already up 9.65%, but that's only on 44 Satoshi. So it might be worth a look at them. Engine Coin has already gone up, we can see 30%. Same with the FTX token up 26%. Matic already up as well. What else is doing well that's not up? One is starting to move as well. I think that's going in the same direction. Not one direction. What else has gone up in relative trading volume? Ravencoin, 264% relative trading volume. Sentiment 71. That did jump up already, so maybe worth looking at that again. If there's anything else that kind of stands out, 421%. Redcoin, sentiment high. Relative trading volume is high as well. AGI. Seller Network, that's another one of the IEOs. It's probably going to do well over the next couple of weeks. There's a few there. AST might come up as well. That's a good looking one as well. But the relative trading volume is not that high. So worth a look. Okay, just jump back to chat area, see if anybody's joined us. Mitch Dieter is in the house. Jason Clayton is back with us. Good to see you here. Mike D, one of our brown admins, is in. David D is back with us. Good to see you, mate. Dennis van der Hayden is in. Kukla is in this morning as well. Glad to hear about that one you got into as well, Kukla. Nice to hear that. And that was for Sheardring. We've not looked at Sheardring for a while. So Sheardring just now, it's gone back up. So good entry point. We've seen it kind of big, shooting all the way up from about 11, 13. It went up about 500%, came back down. So can we get Wonder if I can get the indicators on that. Indicator. Don't not going to let me do that. No. Drawing tools, toolbar. Right, I'm going to see if we can get that. There is it. It's not the ghost position, 1 sec. Where is the fib? There it is, fib retracement. I was looking for the fib retracement there. So we're just going to go to, say, I'm going to go to 11 and go to fib retracement, see what it's came down to, exactly the kind of golden ratio of 0.618 or 61.8%. So it's hit that number and bouncing back up from there. So that would have been a good one to kind of look at, because it does, a lot of the time it does come down to this golden ratio and comes down to 0.618 before bouncing back up again. It's certainly done that in ShareRing's case. ShareRing's still really excited about what they're doing just now and holding them for the longer term. Holding them for the longer term. I've still not done a video yet. There's so much involved with this, with the company ShareRing, that it's difficult to know kind of what to put in the video, to be honest, because there is so much. So I might just do a kind of a look at the report I've written on ShareRing, just because there is so much involved in it. But that's ShareRing just now, between 39 and 41. So I think that represents a good price. And Kukla, I think, as well, was talking about this. 35 was at the bottom, and that was a bounce off the 0.618. So that'd have been a good one as well. Who else is in? House Mervyn Skidmore is in, stuck in traffic. A417 nightmare. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, a very on Jimbo is in the house. Good morning to you, good to see you here. I've been following you on kind of Uptrend as well, and it was Jimbo that told me about Uptrend. I've told you that before. It was Jimbo and a phone call we were kind of having about something else. He told me about Uptrend, and Uptrend is doing really well just now. I'm not talking about the price, the value. I'm just looking at the platform itself, but obviously the offshoot is the price as well. So we'll just look at that as well. So yeah, I could level up to level 23 from here. I'm just going to keep that just now, just keep in the bank at the moment. And these are kind of all my posts here. So if you've not signed up for Uptrend, there's a link down below. Sign up for it and just see what's happening with that. I think it's a really good platform, could be really good. I had the interview with Jake Kardakis yesterday. Really good guy as well, really like him. And I think he's going to do really well. And they've got updates coming out. They've got the kind of app coming out soon as well. So they've got a product out already, but they've got the app coming out for that as well, which is good. And the price for 1UP as well. We'll just look at that at the moment. It's extremely, extremely small. But we're not doing it as an investment idea. I'm looking at it from a platform kind of point of view, because I'm big on social media and I'm always looking for new ways to kind of get into another social media platform, and I see this being at the very beginning. So if we look at this, 24 Satoshi, and it's a market cap of 35,000. I've just told you not to really pay attention to that, but it's something we'll look at anyway. 35,000, and I was saying yesterday in the interview, if this 100x'd, they still own 3.5 million. So the reason it is because the circulating supply is 20 million and the total supply is 1 billion, but it's a deflationary kind of token, in so much as they're going to burn a lot of the tokens that are being used. So if I'm going to advertise, they're going to burn about, I don't know, about 30% of that as well. Say for every $100, they'll burn $30 worth of the 1UP token. So it is going to be deflationary, but it's also inflationary at the same time. There's going to meet somewhere in the middle because the circulating supply is so low as well. But that is going to get bigger, but the total supply is going to get lower as well. So it's a strange kind of thing to wrap your head around, but a great, just a kind of unique model they've got there as well. I just love kind of what they're doing here. Might turn out to be nothing, but I don't think so. I don't think so. They've got 50,000 users already of Uptrend, and I think they could do really well. So I'm staying on it. I'm putting my content on there. You're only allowed 3 pieces of content a day, which means I can't put that much on, which is good. So I'm going to do another video on exactly how to properly use it and get kind of more upvotes and more followers, etc. as well. Just like I did with Facebook, that was how my business started. and I've got 3.5 million followers on Facebook. I taught people how to do that, and it's a big part of my business. I'm hoping to do the same with Uptrend once I get to know about it, the little idiosyncrasies and all that with it. So I'm looking forward to that happening as well. Engine doing bits. It is indeed. Engine Coin is doing brilliant, and we'll look at that just now. So Engine Coin on the 26th of November, I'm still within play just now. I recommended that in the premium group at 767 Satoshi. It did get up to 1230 for a 60.3% return on investment, or gain, possible gain, with, look at the drawdown, it is only 3.26%. So that means it didn't go that low before kind of going up. So you wouldn't have lost anything if you'd only had a 6%, or I've got 10% now, and 10% drawdown is the main number. So anything over that is a bad thing, over 10%. So 3.26% drawdown, with more still to come, I think. I feel with Engine Coin, so that's a good segue onto this as well. Just look at that. Troy up 108%. We'll still keep on looking at this actually. So this is for the premium group. What was the other one that jumped up? Band. Band jumped up to 5,043. I recommended that at 3,300 or 3,344 Satoshi. Went up to 5,000 Satoshi. And that's the exact number. Well, more or less, I said it's going to get up to 5,200. If we look at Band, BND, BTC, and we'll go to... So this was the exact thing I said. I said, okay, possible breakout to 5,200. And I kind of put the line there. But if we take that line off, delete it, we can see the wick right up to 5,040. Not quite 5,200, but nearly got there. So that was a beautiful call, I have to say. I'm not being big-headed. It was just a good call. It's just the charts I'm looking at and the technical analysis. So it's not me. It's just me that's kind of seen that. But it did wick up to 5,000, so that'd have been a brilliant kind of one to get out at 5,000 if you could have got that from 3,300. So that was a good one as well. So these are nearly finished. Some of them are still in play. Phantom obviously went down 14% before it's kind of coming back up again. So I called that 176. So that was a duff one, and that was because the mainnet has been delayed. So unfortunately I couldn't see that. So hopefully you put your 5% stop loss in there if you did get into that. Eternity, I've not looked at that yet, but it's kind of coming up. And these are the ones that are still in play. So Engine, LRC still in play, NAS is still in play as well. That's already given us, LRC has given us 31%. So if you want to join us in the premium, there's a link. I keep saying this. It's closed just now, so you can't join us in the premium. Right, so, but that's for the premium member, but I'll still continue to look at this. I'll open it back up in the new year again. So that's where we've got 16% average gain and average drawdown, which I'm more happy about is the 5%, which is good. Okay, we'll go back to finance. So Troy just came on, and the lottery is just finished for that. You can't really say much about that. Engine up 29% there, doing really well still. Up at 1,074 Satoshi. You can see that wick up to 1,232 Satoshi it was, and I think it's going to go higher than that. So what could happen? We're probably going to go up to the 1,700 level for Engine Coin. That's what it looks like just now. So I wouldn't discount this. I'm not saying I would get in at this price, but I think we're going to go up to 1,700. That's the next stop for Engine Coin, and I think we're going to see it coming up to way beyond the 2,000 level. It's going to be big. Engine Coin is going to be big in 2020, and now represents a good time to get in. And I'm kind of sad that I didn't get into it, because that was the next coin as well, but one of the other ones I was going to get into after ERD. So with my trading, ARPA, I got stopped out of ARPA. I had a long conversation with them as well as to why I got stopped out. I shouldn't have been stopped out because it was an OCO trade. And I put the OCO trade, the limit in at 146, and the stop in at 146, and the limit is 144, and it didn't reach 144, but I got stopped out at 146, and I shouldn't have. Long conversation with them. They gave me a lot of bullshit, to be honest, but I'm not going to waste my energy on it. I'm down 4.58%. I'd have still been in it. So it's cool, and I got into ERD after that at 29, still in that just now for 6.9%, so I've kind of gained back what I got, but it was just the principle of the thing, that's what I was writing to them. So ERD just now I'm still in since the 3rd of December. ERD still think is going to break, but it's let me down before. And what's the order books looking like? 31, 32, so we've got 58 million, 64 million. So I still think this is going to break. Once it breaks 35 as well, then we could see a much bigger rise once it breaks that 35 Satoshi level. So if we look on the weekly, give you a much better idea. So 35, once it breaks 35, we're looking at 40, then we're looking at 51, and then we're looking at the kind of all-time high close of 55, and then we'll go up from there. So I think ERD in the long term is going to do something similar to Matic as well, but it's much more volatile, ERD, much more volatile. But I'm sticking with it just now. I think we're going to get a much bigger rise just now with ERD as well. So that's my trading coin at the moment, ERD. But Engine Coin was going to be one of the next ones as well. But I'm not saying I'm too late for that, but I'm just, I've missed a big rise on that just now. But I think long term it's going to be beautiful. Matic still going amazingly well. So if you're in Matic, this is on a weekly. So you could have got in Matic at 93 for a 400% gain if you're still in Matic. And Matic does look good. Same with One as well. One does look good as well. That could do Matic, and that's almost starting. It's I think just now was at 53. So I'm going up 66% so far. So if you're looking at 400%, you're not even getting to its all-time high. So One could be good as well. And this is what I think about ERD as well. I think ERD could do 100% or 200%, but that would be its all-time high. RLC, really like the look of that as well. It didn't quite get to the 10,000, but RLC, probably for more than any of them, I would look at for the DeFi space, really like it, and I think to hold that for the long term could be an absolutely brilliant investment as well for IXEC RLC. That's a good one. So okay, we'll look at KuCoin just now. What's doing well on KuCoin? We've got DCR. It's doing well on KuCoin at the moment. What are we up? It's doing really well. And this is on a daily. It was down at 160,000, but it's up to 264,000 just now. And that's on KuCoin Plus. On the main one, we've got Engine obviously up 31%. BPT is up 22% again. Another 22%. That's really bounced back. BPT, I don't know if you know, this kind of said, okay, we're closing down. We're not going to be doing the operation, so I don't know what they're doing just now, but they're certainly going up. Just now they're up 400-500% over the last couple of months. Amio up 16%. DX is up 13%, not on high volume, but 11.1, that's okay volume actually. Meta is up as well. And 13.9, that's good volume as well. KNC doing well, One doing well as well. And Bittrex, we'll have a look at Bittrex as well. PundiX up there at 51%, but it's just changing from 2 and 3 Satoshi, so it's just 1 Satoshi. Engine obviously doing well. 8coin up 16%, very low volume. Ocean Protocol is up on good volume as well, up 10%. Like the look of that for the long term. I need to do another Hidden Gems video as well. Okay, jump back to chat. Why do all the IOs from Binance have to rise at the same time at this point? Shouldn't they now pump according to the merit of the individual project? Yes, they should. They should, KuCoin, but they don't. I wonder why that is. Chris Cash is in. Good morning to you, Jason Clayton. Sounds like bomb that bombed. Yeah. You're talking about the deflationary aspect? No, because it's different. It's not total deflationary. because there's going to be an inflationary aspect of it and a deflationary aspect, and they're going to kind of meet in the middle and kind of go up that way. So not quite like that, but I understand what you're talking about. Chris Camus in the house, good to see you here. Wabi will do good in the long term as well, has a good working product, only 100 million total supply. Wabi is going to do brilliant as well, and one of those coins I thought is going to be a brilliant long-term hold. And I actually put in Wabi as well. I don't know if I've still got it in the charts. Wabi BTC. No, I've not got it. So I thought it was going to reach 3,200 Wabi. So for this is a good entry price for Wabi, again bouncing off the 50 EMA around about these levels. So we're going to see a lot more of Wabi as well, and that is going to bounce up. And I did say it was going to get to 3,200 for a 100% rise, because I called it 1,600. It didn't quite get there. It got up to 2,778, but it will get there, I feel, before the end of the year or beginning of 2020. It's going to get up to 3,200. Then your next level is 5,000, and you're going to see this really kind of rising big time. I'm going to look at the weekly chart for Wabi as well. You see it's only just getting started just now, and I think you're talking 8,000 coming at 300-400%, then 8,000, 14,000, and then 28,000. But it's definitely going to be one of the ones that survives the altcoin kind of purge, and going to do extremely well as well. I believe the IO thing is psychological as much as anything. We've mentally grouped them. Also, CZ may have a hand in it. That's what I'm thinking. CZ has got a hand in this, obviously, as well. I think they kick things off, and then everybody says, they look at it and go, oh, these coins just go up at the same time. Why is that? It's because I believe, I've no evidence whatsoever, believe CZ kind of kicks it off by buying, kind of goes up, everybody sees it and they say, oh, they're all going up again together. And they just naturally now associate. It's just a psychological thing. It's just an association thing as well, that if Matic goes up first, everybody else will jump out of Matic and go into one. Then they'll jump out of one and go into FET, for example, as well. But it should be on an individual basis, but it's not clearly. Check out CHZ, looks primed. It does. I was looking at that this morning, Jimbo. CHZ does look primed again to jump back up. So we'll look at a couple of the charts, then we'll go to the news headlines as well that I was talking about. Okay, we'll look at CHZ first. CHZ BTC. So this is on a weekly, bouncing off the 70 EMA. It's not got enough data to look at the longer term, but you can see on the daily bouncing off the 50 EMA as well, which is usually a brilliant sign when I'm looking at it. Bouncing off the 50 EMA is a good sign to get into. And we'll just look at also, we'll look at where it kind of came up. And we'll look at the wick as well. It's come up from here. So we're looking at the 50% level to bounce up from. So that would be the 133 level. Kind of done that already. It came down to 135. So it might come down to 113 yet, the 61.8% level that we were talking about earlier. So these levels, 133 should be support, and we could get a bounce of 113 if it comes down to that, but it does look prime just now. If we're looking at the fib retracement, if we're looking at the 50 EMA, looks like it's going to bounce off that, but you might want to wait to see before you get in. But it does look primed. What we're up to 215 is a wick there. But you might want to wait till maybe 113 as well. Where's the natural kind of support, or the obvious support for this? Look at the 4 hourly. So support here about the 135 level. That's what we said. Support there. That was at 50% on the fib. You can say, yeah, 116, 115 would be the next obvious level. But we've got a double bottom here as well on the 4 hourly. So this could work out really, really well. And it's 50% on the fib retracement level as well, and bouncing off the 50 EMA. So there's more indicated to say it's going to go up rather than coming down to that 113 level. So double bottom here on the 4 hour looks really good and primed to go up, as Jimbo said as well. CHZ 4-hour triangle formation. If we're looking at this, so if we're looking at trend line, I don't know if you're talking, that would be a descending kind of triangle there. If we're talking about that one, Jimbo, that would be the kind of obvious triangle I'm seeing just now on a 4-hour. So that's a descending triangle. There's the support we were talking about, around about the 135 level. Bounce off that. Hopefully I'll break through that. And we could get a measured move from that as well. If we're looking at the measured move, if it was to break out, we're just going to say it from here. We could get a move back up to the 179, and that goes with the recency effect as well. Recency effect being if it's got to a kind of high level before, very recently, more than likely if it bounces it's going to get to that level again and possibly surpass that. So that would fit in exactly with this recency effect in this level as well. If it breaks from here, it could obviously break quicker and break from here and go up to 192. But this recency effect is, so there's more, that's even more evidence to say it should bounce from here as well. So it's looking good for Childish just now. But yeah, I was looking at that this morning when I was going through the charts as well. I didn't kind of see the triangle there, but that double bottom looks good as well. So could do good from here. Could you look at STX, please? I will do after we've looked to the news. 26 watching, 5 likes, cluster likes, folks. Thanks very much, Gene. Good to have you here, mate. From the previous larger peak and horizontal on double bottom. Ah, right, from the previous larger peak. Okay, so we've got that in play from previous larger peak would be here. Right, okay. We're going to have to move that over to here. So you've got the 2 touch points there. And you've got the descending there. I like descending triangles because a lot of the time we do break out of them. It should be a bearish sign, but usually I've found in my kind of when I've been looking at it that it's not bearish at all. It usually tends out to be bullish, or turns out to be bullish. Come down here, just look at this pattern, and we're still, yeah, it's still round about the same, 216. If we break out towards the bottom, if we broke out somewhere sooner, we're up in the mid 250s as well. So that's a measured move after that. So yeah, that does look good. And we've got the 2 touch points there as well, which is good. Okay, the news. You'll look at the news. This is for the news for Insolar and obviously VeChain as well. This is good news for VeChain as well. So Cointelegraph launches consulting division to drive enterprise blockchain adoption. Partners with Insolar and VeChain, or Insolar and VeChain as well. So, I've lost the highlights area. So this is for Cointelegraph, leveraging the Cointelegraph network. Where are we? I've missed it. Yeah, Cointelegraph Consulting first vendor partner, Insolar, helps businesses adopt ROI-driven blockchain solutions. One of the key benefits behind the company's technology is the ability to join private or public blockchain networks without running a node, which is good, and making it more straightforward for enterprises to scale without requiring the vendors or customers to commit any IT infrastructure. So Insolar looks really good, and the Insolar blockchain platform solves both scalability and complexity issues for enterprises. Insolar's founder and chief revenue officer told Cointelegraph a network can process over 20,000 transactions per second. Now, we've looked at Insolar very, very briefly in the past as a good one to get into, and it's got market cap. I know we shouldn't look at the market cap, but we've got market cap of only 5.5 million. Just now, total supply is only 50 million at the minute. Circulating supply is 32 million, 16 cents at the minute. Insolar is going to jump up big time, and I thought this was good news for Insolar as well. The fact that Cointelegraph are going to collaborate with them as well. Same with VeChain as well. So this is good news for VeChain. VeChain's blockchain technology enables Walmart China and its suppliers to garner customer trust by improving food safety, quality, and authenticity of product data built on the VeChain Thor blockchain. in collaboration with PwC. So good news is there for Cointelegraph, Insolar, and kind of VeChain as well. I think this is really good. I'll put this below as well, the video as well, so you can check this out and you can check out in more detail. So it's good news for Insolar and VeChain and Cointelegraph as well, obviously. So I really like this for the long term. It has been much lower. I think it was down to about 2 million, was it? No, it wasn't. Yeah, 4.4 million or something was the lowest. So I think this represents, could be a hidden gem for this as well. And obviously it's on Binance. So it's kind of what I call a hidden gem in plain sight. So it's hidden in plain sight. It's on Binance, one of the big exchanges. Obviously it's on BitHum Global as well, and OKX and KuCoin. But I think this could be really, really big, really big. We're talking about maybe 10x, 20x as well. Even if it's 20x, it goes up to a market cap of 100 million as well. But could do extremely well, especially with the low supply. So I would look out for that one. It's just getting the money to get into all of these. There's so many good ones out there. So many shit ones as well, but so many good ones. Insolar is one of the ones that could do really well as well. Next piece of news. Tim Draper calls for Ross Ulbricht's release. We need entrepreneurs like that guy, Tim Draper says. So this was an interview following up on a September 21st tweet by Tim Draper that's completely sympathetic to the imprisoned Silk Road creator. Fred Shibesta of the Crypto Finder video podcast took a moment to ask the billionaire his latest feelings on the matter, and Draper gave an effusive response. Free Ross, baby, get him out. We need entrepreneurs like that guy. Get him out of jail. And why do we put these extraordinary people in jail? We need their minds, their energy, their life force. Get him free. Who knows what else he could come up with. So Ulbricht is serving a life sentence for his role in creating and maintaining the notorious marketplace that operated on the dark web and used cryptocurrency transactions to let people buy and sell contraband. When the FBI shut down the operation, Draper famously bought the nearly 30,000 BTC that had been seized, and it seems Ulbricht has been close to his mind ever since. And he says, he goes on to say, I get that he's got to be an example and he stepped over the line. Did he step over the line? Draper continued, but he's been in jail for a while. Get him out. I cry when my cat goes into a cage. It tears my heart out when these prisoners go into cages. So that's a kind of question as well. Is he with all the banking scandal that went on as well? This is where they're so hypocritical as well. With the banking scandal, hardly anybody, I think one person, if one person got jailed, I don't know if they actually got jailed for a direct involvement in it, but with the banking scandal and the billions of dollars and what happened economically around the world, not one person goes to jail for it, but somebody who operates a website who wasn't involved directly with transactions. He operated the website and he bought it over from somebody else, Ross Ulbricht. He bought it over from somebody else and he goes to jail as an example for everybody. He should be freed. He should be in there, and it's a kind of travesty and hypocritical of the government to even kind of put him in there as well. And I know there's a lot more to it than we probably know, but from what we know and from what we know of kind of the banking scandal and everything that went on there, it's just absolutely ridiculous that he's still in jail. And he still operates this. I don't know if you've seen this. Ross Ulbricht is on Twitter. One of his pinned tweets. What did he write? So Ross Ulbricht, this is on kind of Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. This is my 7th year in prison, one in prison. I'm still thankful for so many things. What are you most thankful for today? Unbelievable. That is kind of writing that, and he's in kind of prison as well. So I think we should, and obviously there's a campaign ongoing for Ross Ulbricht to be kind of released as well. And he's serving double life for a website he owns. It's unbelievable. Anyway, kind of stuff like that pisses me off with the hypocrisy of the whole thing. It's just ridiculous. So that was Tim Draper. Digibyte, this was utterly crazy to me. I'm going to report on it anyway. Digibyte delisted from Poloniex after project founder criticises exchange. So I don't know if you've seen this. United States-based digital assets exchange Poloniex has delisted the payments-focused cryptocurrency Digibyte. the cryptocurrency community and those within the industry seem to think that the delisting is a consequence of a string of criticisms made by Digibyte founder Jared Tate aimed at Tron founder and CEO Justin Sun. So Jared Tate is he's criticised kind of Poloniex and DEX that's going on with Tron as well, and what's happening with Tron and Justin Sun, and the fact that Poloniex have bought over the TRX market as well. So he's kind of criticising that, as is his right to do so as well. But if we see here, this is from C-Red, and this is Buterin kind of retweeting this. Crypto's fucking surreal. Digibyte founder posts a thread criticising Tron and its usurpation of Poloniex. Hours later, Poloniex replies saying that Digibyte is going to be delisted from their platform after a miraculous and entirely coincidental careful review. So I just thought this was extremely childish of Poloniex. It's obviously gone down kind of my estimations, and I would imagine a lot of other people's estimations as well, the Poloniex exchange or the owners of the Poloniex exchange. And it's just unbelievable that they've done something like this. And it's like throwing the kind of, it's ridiculous that this kind of still happens in this adult world I'm supposedly living in. So I thought that was stupid, to be honest. I thought there was a bit of stupidity in there as well, and very childish behaviour. Don't like that word stupid, but from a business point of view, it really is stupid, to be honest, and to do something like this. Other news, Ripple partner MoneyGram collaborates with Visa Direct. This is kind of the headlines I'm just going over just now. So more good news for kind of Ripple. And obviously that kind of filters down for XRP as well. Almost 70 crypto hedge funds have closed this year as institutional investors shy away. So nearly 70 crypto-focused hedge funds that largely catered to institutional investors such as pension funds and family offices have closed this year. I find this kind of hard to believe, to be honest, but we'll have to kind of look at the kind of headlines here. The number of new funds launched this year is also less than half the number of launches in 2018, according to the US-based crypto fund research, as reported by Bloomberg on Wednesday. Region-wise, North America led the number of crypto fund closures this year at 28, followed by Europe 23, Asia Pacific 14, others 3. Obviously, this kind of area, crypto funds are still getting started just now as well. The inherent volatile nature of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have kept institutional investors at bay. The market is definitely retail driven and will remain so for the foreseeable future, Nick Carter, co-founder of crypto market tracker Coinmetrics, was quoted as saying in the report. So there are currently 804 cryptocurrency funds in total, out of which 355 are hedge funds and 425 are venture capital funds. So I think this is going to be a big, huge area, and this is what's going to drive crypto adoption as well, when we get more of these hedge funds as well, and pension funds getting into it, and obviously the derivatives like the ETNs, etc. as well. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on this space as well. I think it's going to be huge, but at the moment, not so much. Bitcoin breaks transaction volume record as price action goes wild. So this looked really good at first, and I thought, oh, it's not really. This is the highest hourly USD transaction volume in Bitcoin's history, but one might think that's a sign much coveted mass adoption, but there's more trivial reason behind this massive transactional spike. It appears a new record was simply set because of cryptocurrency exchanges swapping their gargantuan wallets as a security measure. So that was because I got quite excited when I seen that, but then I kind of seen that and I thought, oh, that was because of that. So crypto hedge funds again, we've seen that. Peter Schiff on Bitcoin price drop, pump and dumpers are losing their mojo. So he's saying game over, Bitcoin pump and dumpers are losing their mojo. They managed to pump the price by 550 in 1 minute, 7.5% spike, yet the dump reversed the entire dump with an 8% drop in just 7.5 hours. So Peter Schiff obviously laughing at kind of price going down every time. France could launch the first central bank digital currency. There's one being launched already. So be the first European country to do it. And I think that's it just now. Okay, so we'll look at the Bitcoin price just now. See what's happening with Bitcoin. BTC USD. So 7,337 we did obviously spike up to 7,780 or 7,800 yesterday. This is on the daily. So big spike up to 7,772 was the high. Come right back down again, but we're going back up, 7,338. We've still got the crossover on the MACD, which is good on the daily as well, and we've still only got an RSI of 39. Obviously that could go much higher or much lower as well, but that's still a good sign for me. Volume is still kind of going up as well, but that's obviously sell volume as well, so we'll have to be mindful of that. So for me, we're still okay. We're still in this descending channel. BTC USD, look at the bigger kind of one. Still in this descending channel, so it could still effectively come down to 6,300 now, or towards the end of the year down to 5,000, 6,000-ish, if we're to stay in structure in this descending channel and bounce up, and we could still go up to 9,000. So I'm still thinking by the end of the year, we're probably going to be, I'm going to say 9,200, 9,000, round about that level, over 9,000 for the end of the year. So I wonder what your predictions are for the end of the year. Let me know your predictions for the end of the year for the Bitcoin price and what you think is going to be. We've only got 26 days for the end of the year. So do you think it could go up to above 9,000, or do you think it's going to go below $6,000? I know what most people are going to say. I think what most people are going to say. Be interesting to hear your thoughts. STX, we'll look at that. Gene said that liked. Gene, happy days. VChain, yes, happy days for VChain as well. VChain are just going to go from strength to strength. Neo not doing well. They're not doing well at the moment, Mitch, unfortunately. But they'll come back again. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, did you see the Twitter from Jason claiming that Samsung Keystore is powered by Tron? Am I missing something big? Seems to be they're pushing the meaning of integration. I didn't see that from Justin Sun. Oh, Justin Subban. October the 29th. Oh, it's pinned this tweet. I thought this was a new one come out. Download the STK. More details tomorrow at Twitter. I didn't see that. The details, the follow-up after that. So this is one he's kind of pinned. So what kind of integration is it though? That was the kind of first question I asked. Mark Ennis is in the house. Welcome to you. Hello, Stephen. Team, nearly missed you. And good to see you here, buddy. We're just nearly finishing up. Chris Camus, mine is 9.2k as well, end of year. So yeah, I still think it's going to be 9.2k as well. Let me know your thoughts. What is good if you're watching this video after the kind of live show as well? Let me know in the comments down below what your end of year prediction is. We should run a competition and give a, I don't know, $100 giveaway or something. I don't think it'd be that much. Okay, so we'll look at some of the charts. Somebody was talking about STX, BTC. Obviously, it's not been on that long, so we've not got that much data. So we're going to have to go down to 4-hour chart. So I've been keeping an eye on STX as well for the bounce, because it's inevitably going to bounce. And we'll go to the 4-hour for the RSI as well. 4-hour, so I'm going to go to the 4-hour volume as well. Yeah, so it's not looking like the bounce is anytime soon. We've got the all-time low there, obviously, as well, at 1,284 Satoshi. So it's not looking like an entry point. There's no entry point at the minute. So if you're looking to enter, I wouldn't enter it at the moment. I'd wait on possibly, if we're looking at a 1 hour, I'll go to the 1 hour here, so that was in the charts. So this is a 1 hour. I'd wait in the 1 hour crossing over and to look at that as an entry point, but I'll maybe wait on the 2 hour. Normally I'd say wait on the 4 hour crossing over, but maybe wait on the 2 hour crossing over, and that gives us an early indication of things picking back up for Blockstack. But I've been keeping an eye on it. Nothing's happening just now with it. Saving off for an entry point is if you're in it just now. It just depends how much you're into it. And we'll look at Neo. I'll just look at Neo from the big chart as well. NEO BTC. Yeah, it came right down, but it kind of did jump up big time. It was a 91,000 Satoshi, and we're up to 118,000 Satoshi just now. So what we're looking at, this is on the 4 hour, look on the daily. We'll look at the fib retracement, and we'll do it from the crossover. We're kind of getting down to that 61% level again, so it could bounce from there. What's going to happen with NEO, we can do it from the bottom as well. There, so it'll be the 50% level. But I like to go from the crossover and do it a wee bit differently. What I think is going to happen with NEO, when more good news comes out from China, then that's when we're going to see the bounce again, because people automatically associate NEO with China as well. So any good news that comes from China, we're going to see a bounce with NEO as well. Is that going to be soon? Who knows? Who knows? Once China has stopped kind of flooding and they've had the fill of the BTC, I would imagine they'll come out with more good news to push the BTC price back up, and that's when NEO will go back up as well. But we've got a couple of points there. The 50 EMA, it's a good bounce off the 50 EMA as well. We've got the fib retracement at nearly coming down to 61% or 0.618, the golden ratio. So it could bounce from here. And we were talking about it down here, it said it was going to double. It did double, or nearly double. It did double in dollar value. So NEO USD. So it was down at $6.88, got up to $13, so doubled in dollar value. And coming back down again. But I still like NEO for the longer term. I still think they'll do well, and because nobody's speaking about it, it's going to do even better. So I think that's the time to start looking at these things, and NEO is definitely one of them. VeChain, we'll look at VeChain as well. Nobody's asked for it, but we'll look at it. VeChain BTC. Yeah, doing brilliantly. So these were the levels when I called it 46 VeChain, and this is the kind of levels I was looking at, 104 for it. So it's done exactly kind of how it played out. So it said it'd go up to 77, come down, go up to, can come down a wee bit, go up to 104, kind of come down, and then go up to 127, then 159, then up to 194. So it's looking to play out perfectly for that. Just a shame I can't go on every single call I make. But it's still doing well. 95 at the minute. It's kind of broken 100 and went to 110. It's going to break that again and go up to the 127 level, then up to the 150, mid 150. So it's going to do really well longer term as well. Kukla, Digibyte founder, also was banned from Binance a while back because he thought it was CZ. That's just ridiculous, isn't it? Just childish behaviour. Mark Ennis, could you sum up all the live in 30 seconds, all from the start? And cheers, Mervyn. Oh God, I was about to attempt to do it, but it's not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Anyway, Mark Ennis. Mark Ennis, Chris Green. Right. What else we're looking at? We'll just go over to the charts. See what's doing well at the minute. KNC is jumping up, and we'll look to the levels for KNC. It's broken that as well, so excellent. These were the levels I was looking at for KNC as well, and saying okay, you have to form a base, then you get your first resistance. It's broken first resistance, then you get your second resistance. It's broken second resistance. So now you're looking at, for KNC, you're looking at your next resistance line, and I'll probably say put it up to 3,500. Probably more than that, but that's not even a major resistance. But we'll still keep that resistance there. So 3,500, it's nearly reached that already. And then you've got a kind of a free for all. Probably up to about 5,500. So you've got this big kind of space in no man's land. So KNC looks as if it's going to do extremely well. And Cocos is coming up. This is on the daily. That's not really, it's just kind of trading between 10 and 11 Satoshi, so it's not really. XVG is coming up though, crossed over on the daily. Looks good. This is an old chart. Look at this. There's 153. That's how long I've looked at, or not looked at, XVG. So there's the next resistance. So we've got support. You always put in your support. Strong support line. Double bottom there. Bounced up. So next area is resistance. It's broken the first resistance already. The next obvious level would be 63 Satoshi for XVG. There's not an obvious one. You've got a kind of no man's land there. You're talking about 94 coming up for the hundreds. It could do really well as well. Fun is moving up. Crossed over on a daily. You've got strong support here at 34. So that's where it'd be your starting base. Obviously you've got the all-time low at 18. You've got next resistance line, you're talking about 51. So it looks like it's going to go for the 51. Come back down a wee bit, come back up to 51. And then you're looking at support, previous support, which would now become resistance at 70 as well. So looking good for fun there. Dusk as well, just starting to come up. This could actually be one of the good ones because, I'll tell you why. You've got the support there. You've not quite got a double bottom there, but kind of bounced off this. So you've got the kind of touched here. So you've got a double bottom here, around about the 486. It's like 627 just now. So I'm just thinking about the risk to reward ratio. I kind of looked at this a couple of times, but you put your stop loss as 25%, so it's not brilliant, but up to your next kind of level for dusk, talking about 1.81. That's on a daily. It could still be a good one. If you risk it down to 7 EMA, so I'll put 8%, 5.5. Good, so dusk could be a good one as well. Okay, they're very active in the GitHub and marketing. Everyone keeps rolling out XVG, but I think it will do good in the future. I think because XVG, again, nobody's talking about it, because people think it's an older one that's not really kind of getting worked on just now, but like you say, in the GitHub, it's really good in the GitHub. It's got a lot of activity going on there, a lot of commits as well. So everybody's forgotten about it, so these are the ones you start looking at again as well. As long as they've still got a good team, they're still active, and they're still producing kind of stuff as well, then I think it's okay to look at and just say, okay, this could be one for the future, but you hold it longer term. If you're a trader, XVG might have not been good a couple of weeks ago because you have to hold it longer term, but it could be good for the longer term because it's near its all-time low as well. So these are the ones we have to think about, and think about the risk to reward ratio. Godboy, I hope 2020 is more productive in the crypto space. Hopefully, I think it will be, but we said that about 2019 as well. We're coming up for the end of 2019, but hopefully 2020 is going to be a good year. 2020 and 2021 is going to be good, I think. So we just need to wait and see what happens. Where is Bitcoin just now? BTC USD, we'll finish off there. 7,320, still going up just now. So doing okay. To look at ERD here as well, just for selfish reasons. Still up to 32. This is what I think is going to happen with ERD. 35, 48, 61. That'll be its all-time high. That's my thinking with ERD. Still looking good for that to happen, but I've been wrong with ERD before. It has been the bogey coin. For short-term trading anyway. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate you, and for having a wee cup of coffee and chatting crypto as well. Until the next time, which is tomorrow. I keep thinking it's Friday today. It's weird. Every day is a Friday for me anyway, because I'm got my own business and that, and I just do stuff like this. Love doing this. So every day is a Friday for me anyway. But I will see you tomorrow, which is Friday. Same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.